to AIC Reviews. This is another tool review of a Harbor Freight tool. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the majority of my tools are Harbor Freight tools, simply because I live about a mile from a Harbor Freight store, and because of their prices, it's very easy for me to be able to increase my tool collection with tools from Harbor Freight. And since I'm not a professional, their tools work just fine for me and the majority of the applications. Today I'm doing a Pittsburgh 6-inch digital caliper. This is less of a tool review than it is just an overview of the tool. I don't know how much more you can say than other than it measures well. So I bought this a while ago. I don't quite remember the price, but I think with a coupon, I want to say it was $10 or less than $10 for this tool. I needed to measure a couple of bolts. I had to pick up some washers, and I didn't know what size of bolt what size of bolt I had to get the appropriate washer for. And so instead of buying a bunch of washers, I decided to pick up one of these and buy the correct one the first time. Now, as far as the package goes, it does come in actually a very nice case. Some of the tools that I've gotten from Harbor Freight, the case or box that it comes in has not been very nice. It's been very flimsy plastic, very cheap plastic, and this is no exception as far as the cheap plastic goes. In fact, you can see there's already a it's kind of hard to pick up from the camera, but there's a crack in the plastic here. But it's not soft plastic, it's a nice stiff plastic, and other than this crack, which I think happened in shipping, there's a good chance that this case will last for a while with this device, simply because it's not going to hold a lot of weight. It's going to go up on a shelf, and the interior of the device has a nice stiff foam, which the caliper fits in very nicely. Just an overview of the device. Like most, it measures in 3 different ways. This, you measure the outside of an item. This, you measure the inside of an item. And back here, if I go ahead and slide this out, you measure the depth of something. And so you have it there. This is a digital one. So it has an LCD readout. And now one thing I have noticed with this is it doesn't go back. If it's been off for a little bit and then you turn it on and move it, not quite sure what happens, but it doesn't quite pick up back to 0 again. It picks up a little distance, even though obviously it's closed all the way. It says it's at 0.0005, so it reads to the 10,000th of an inch. It also does millimeters. So there's millimeters, there's inch, there's a fraction of an inch. So if you're measuring something, you need something that's I don't know, 1/16, or I wouldn't do 1/16, but 5/8 or something like that. It'll tell you what size something is, so you can hopefully pick the correct tool. But it does have a button for 0, so you can 0 it out. A couple other features on it, other than you have an on-off button. You have the battery compartment here. It does take just a button battery, or a watch battery, I guess, to charge, or excuse me, for power. Now it does up here have another door, which I'll go ahead and open. And I'm not quite sure what that's for, because you can see the battery that's in there. I guess you can view to see if there's a battery in there without having to open the battery door, but other than that, I don't know what this particular thing does. The other thing that it has on it is up here, you can lock it into place. So if you're measuring something and you want to make sure it stays in place, and you know what it is, you can screw that down and it stays in place. And then, as you can see again, it's back and added, what was that, 10,000th of an inch, even though this is obviously closed. So accuracy is not 100%, but for what I'm going to use it for, which is mainly measuring nuts and bolts, to see what size it is, so that I can excuse me, replace items or buy washers or things like that, it will work just fine for me. The accuracy is enough for what I'm going to use it for. Anyways, that's an overview again, not really a review, since an item like this, it measures and it does it reasonably well, especially for the price. You can get probably significantly more accurate ones, but I've looked at the prices and they are significantly more expensive. So on this one, with the price being what it was, around $10 or less, it was definitely a worthwhile addition to my tool chest. Anyways, if you have any questions about this or any other reviews I've done, feel free to ask in the comments below. Happy to answer those for you, and I thank you for watching. Have a great day.